What's up, YouTube? This is back in Cali. This is episode number 2 in my One Man's Opinion series. I got a pretty good response on my first one, and to me that's a good thing. But the bad thing is I picked a topic that everybody agreed on. Everybody agreed with me on about the eBay one of one term, and I actually saw a couple group breakers, like GSN Cards used my other term, the eBay collector special. So that was kind of cool that he did that. I don't know, he might have just been doing it to, you know, just to basically shut me up because I was in the room watching. But that was kind of cool that he did use it, and like I said, I got a lot of positive feedback. A lot of people agreed with me, and the whole point of me doing this series was to try to get different opinions, whether you agree with me or not. I wanted to start kind of like a little forum where people could actually put their opinions. So on a good hand, on the good hand, I did get a lot of positive feedback on that video and a lot of good return on it. But on the negative side, I didn't get anybody disagreeing. So I'm going to try a different topic today, and we'll see how this one goes. This is basically going to be my opinion on buying hobby boxes off of eBay as opposed to buying them from somebody like Blowout or DA Cards or people like that, like Card Shop, Cards Infinity, all the people who sell on a regular basis. If I say something to offend anybody, if I say something that you might be watching and think I'm trying to single you out, I'm not singling anybody out. I'm not mentioning any names. I'm not trying to point the finger at anybody in particular. This is just a general observation. So basically, my comparison to buying boxes off eBay as opposed to one of the big wholesalers. Basically, people go on eBay to buy hobby boxes or cards or whatever, and they get great prices, sometimes lower than retail prices. But one thing that I look at, I will not buy hobby boxes or wax boxes or anything off of eBay from individual sellers. I know Blowout Cards has a website or has an eBay store, as well as I believe like Atlanta Sports Cards does too. But the thing is, if you're buying a box from an individual seller, you have to be wary of the fact that maybe they've already pulled the case hit and they're just trying to dump off the rest of the boxes. That's why they can sell them so cheap. Perfect example would be if you saw my group break with the piece of history box. Here's the empty box. If you saw what I pulled out of there, let's say, for example, I buy 5 boxes of these to either break on my own or sell or do whatever. And I'm an eBay seller, which I am, but I don't do boxes. But let's say I buy 5 boxes of these. That's pretty close to maybe $200 or whatever. And if you saw my group break, you saw I pulled the Manny Ramirez button card, which is one of the case hits. Generous amount for that card. It's numbered out of 5. You're looking at maybe $200 to $250 to the right person who's willing to spend that money, because it's one of those rare cards with a shirt button on it. Okay, so in general, let's say I buy 5 boxes of 08 piece of history. My first box, I open up that box and I pull that button card for myself. Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it on eBay. I just got $250, let's say, on eBay. Cool. That's more than I spent on the 5 boxes. I got 4 unopened boxes. I don't need anything with. I already pulled the case hit. They're not going to be anything worth getting out of them now, except for the little inserts. So I'm going to throw those on eBay, throw them up for cheaper than everybody else is selling them for, and once they all sold, I just made my money back on the 5 boxes in one card. So once these boxes sell, I'm making profit. So what do I care what's in them? I know there's no case hit in them. So that's kind of what I look out for on eBay if I buy hobby boxes. Another good example is the 08 SP Legendary cuts, where it's, I believe, 2 cut signatures per case, or 1 cut signature, whatever works out. Let's say I buy a case of that, I pull the cut signature off of the first couple boxes, and I sell the cut signature for $2,000. Well, I just paid for my case on that one card, so yeah, I'm going to blow out the rest of the cards. Why spend the time opening the packs when I can make profit off of it and throw it on eBay? So that's just one of my opinions about eBay. If you're buying a box from an individual seller, just keep in mind that why is he selling it so cheap? Well, maybe he's already pulled the case hit and he's just trying to blow the boxes out to make profit make a couple quick sales, because he's already made his money back on the case hit. And on the other side of that, if you're buying from somebody like Blowout Cards, DA Card World, Cards Infinity, the Card Shop, Card Collector's Paradise, you know that they don't do single cards in their listings. They sell, when you buy a box from them, they go to a case, they pull the box out of the case and ship it to you. They're not, you're not guaranteed the case hit, but you're guaranteed a better chance at the case hit if you buy from one of those places than you are if you buy from Joe Schmo on eBay selling one or two individual boxes. If you want to get the good deals, you like the cards, you're not interested in the case hits, you're not interested in the big hits in the box, by all means, buy them cheap from these guys on eBay. But keep an eye out. Watch it. If you see a box you like, let's say somebody's got the 08 Heroes baseball. They've got it up on their auction, on their eBay site for like $15-20, and you notice that the price isn't moving that high. Check out their other auctions. Look and see, even their completed auctions, stuff that they're already sold. See if they've sold one of the Legacy, Yankee Legacy jersey cards, or see if they sold a patch auto card, one of the case hits. If they have, then you know they're just dumping the boxes for profit. So basically, that is what I'm trying to do, is compare buying a hobby box from an individual seller on eBay as opposed to buying a hobby box from a retailer or a wholesaler. Mainly, if you're looking for the chase cards, the case hits, try to stay away. My opinion is try to stay away from the people who deal with single cards and insert cards. Go to the main dealers that sell. If you buy their box, they're going to pull it fresh out of a case, put it in a priority box, and ship it to you. That way you know they're not searching for the case hit, and once they pull the case hit, they're not going to dump the cards off at a cheaper price. That's my opinion, basically. Again, just I always try to be careful about individual boxes, because if you are more inclined to buy a box because of the chance that there's a case hit, then be careful who you buy from on eBay, because like I said, if I would do it if I was a seller, and if I would do it, I know there's other people out there that would do it. If you pull the case hit, yeah, I'm going to put the rest of the boxes up for profit, because I've already made my money back on the case hit. So if you just like the cards, like you're building sets, by all means get the cheapest price you can on eBay. But if you want those case hits and those chase cards for the really good, like that Manny Ramirez button card, that was a total shock that we pulled that. And I'm glad I was able to pull it for somebody in my group break. I was kind of upset that I didn't pull it for myself, because every time I open a box for myself, I don't get that kind of luck. But, if you want the thrill of the chase card or the case hit, by all means, buy it from somebody like Blowout, like DA Cards, like the Card Shop, Card Collector's Paradise. Somebody who deals with a supplier, who's not searching the cards, opening boxes and then selling off the rest of the case once they pull the good cards. Somebody who goes through a supplier, who doesn't, sometimes they don't even touch the cards themselves. They put in the order, it gets packed up and shipped to you. So basically, that's one man's opinion. By all means, leave me some comments, some feedbacks if you agree, you disagree. Video responses if you have stories that could prove me wrong. By all means, post them, and see if we can't get a good feedback going on this video too. I know got a lot of good response from my last video. This one might be a few more people that might argue my point, but basically, that's one man's opinion. Thanks for watching, guys.